So why do we collect this? I still haven't figured out really if there's like gameplay affecting mechanics for it, because the clothes collection is extremely big.
It's 4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matei drops knowledge made of gold and ice. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jakub designs worlds chasing the sky. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA adverts and game design too. Matei, Felix, Jakub bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matei, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jakub's crafted realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
Welcome to another solo episode by 2.5 Gamers. That's me speaking as usual on the product side. And in this week's episode of What Exotic Game Did Jakub Prepare, we're going to speak about Heartopia, which is the new game on the block. And we're actually going to broaden our horizons. Yes, there will be anime. Yes, there will be gachas. Yes, there will be a lot of revenue. So stay tuned. And as I said, we're going to look into a genre that we don't really talk about. It's not really that much in the spotlight. But yeah, this game's pretty big, so let's put it in the spotlight. So we're talking about the cozy games, life simulation games, avatar games, however you want to call them. There's multiple names. And this category is, I guess, quite exotic and not that mainstream. But yeah, this game's definitely mainstream. Yep, let's get to it, and we'll start with the data this time. So what do we have here? Heartopia released on January 7th, and it is currently still doing something like K revenue. And I was like, oh, this is just like the initial spike. But the download seems like extremely steady 10 days after. There's not 10 days data, but like, hey, it's more than a week, which is like more than 500,000 downloads a day still. Was the country filter? Yeah, let's look at the country filter. Yeah, downloads wise, of course, it's coming mainly from Asia. There's quite strong US with 13%, and then there's like lower tier one. But yeah, let's not kid ourselves. It's mainly Asia, and Japan is very, very strong. If we go with revenue, Japan wins with 22%. Then there's US with around 18%. And then we have the usual culprits from Asia, such as Taiwan, South Korea, Thailand, and France. Yeah, France mix there quite high, but yeah, let's see. So that's there. And yeah, this game is still going very strong. And on top of it, this game is on Steam. So it's a cross-platform game. So the revenue is actually even higher. Correction there, it's going to be on Steam. No, it's not on Steam, but it's on PC. So if you go here into their website, you can download the PC client. So Steam's going to be, yeah, it's cross-platform, but it's not on the Steam client yet. But it's going to be released soon, as it's done by XD International, which is the, I'm guessing, Chinese publisher. Yeah, don't know if Chinese or Korean, but I'm guessing Chinese. If you look at their portfolio, there's Blue Plot Protocol there, there's Ulala Adventure there, there's Azure Lane there, there's Terraria there on mobile. So quite an interesting setup that they have there. And yeah, they're doing like a quite sizable amount of revenue. But again, back to Heartopia. Heartopia itself is in this, like if we go here and just kind of take it by the category, Incense Tower is under this Avatar Life, which is this kind of a cozy games, 5 seconds. I'll get into it as I go through the game itself and like the actual feature set. But again, let's finish the numbers. So how this category looks from download side. Download side, Heartopia is already first in last 30 days, even though it's been out for 10 days only. And then you have a lot of these like simulation games. There's literally a game called Lifetopia. There's Sims here, like the original EA Sims that's doing like 1 million downloads a month. Sunday City by Kefir, which we covered on the channel, which is a casino game that's having GTA Vice City as an onboarding setup. and like a lot of these other games. So if you go to revenue, there's this other game called Lively Island, cute pets, again like kind of simulation stuff. Second spot Sims, third spot Kefir, Heartopia already on the fifth spot. But this is last 30 days revenue. And if we check the actual performance, which by the way, the downloads Heartopia is literally crushing it. If we check the revenue of all of these kind of top apps, we see that pretty much it's like something like, I don't know, 300K a day. And now it's pretty much flooded because Heartopia is constantly doing over 200. So it's pretty much immediately being catapulted to the top. And if they continue to do something like 250K, so it means that if I look at this chart in a month, this game is going to be second because Heartopia would be already doing 7.5 million a day, which is like double the amount of the first game here. So yeah, that's why we're talking about it, because it's the biggest cozy game on the mobile games market yet. Yeah, I guess let's maybe look at all like last chart here. This is the overall kind of a cozy genre, after live genre on mobile. It's not that big. Definitely, the category was steadily kind of growing and kind of doubled itself throughout last like 8 years, 9 years. Yeah, something like 12, 13 million revenue a month now, consistently doing over 20, 23, 22. So that's their download wise. Yeah, downloads have grown quite significantly from something like 10 million a month to again like 30 million a month or something like that. Yeah, it's quite popular, but again, not that big, but as I said, getting there. Let's look at the actual game and how it looks. So we have our character in a 3D world. Everything's extremely relaxed. There's no combat. There's no pretty much, nothing to it. Let me even turn on the music because it would not be the full experience without it. And we have our character that starts immediately, and then we pretty live the life here, and we can do a lot of things. So how or what are the reference games here? Stuff like Animal Crossing, for sure. That's like one of the big references. Stuff like Love Nikki or Infinite Nikki. That's very, again, close to this, especially with the gacha system. We'll talk about that in detail. And similar games where, again, you are just living the slow, nice life and the game just rewards you. So immediately start here in your house that you first select your character, then you select your house, and then you start to decorate it and pretty much do stuff with it. Later on, as you progress in the story, there is a story. So you are kind of following this kind of a easy story. You unlock more and more features and all of these menus. So we have our kind of a main watch. There's this kind of DG Members Guild pass, which is basically unlocking the features of the game. So for instance, here it unlocked fishing for me. Then on level 3, gardening, some like photo features, dyeing furniture. Then it will unlock plot unlock. I can have more plots and like harvest crops. Then it will unlock some again new hobbies, more plots, member events, and so on. Some more hobbies. Da 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 da. Yeah, very kind of easy progression. Then we have stuff like the crafting bench here, where we can craft a lot of things and we learn a lot of recipes. Yeah, those are coming also in collections. So we have this kind of a joinery collection of furniture. Then, as I said, fishing. You can catch the fish and you can actually put them in the aquarium here in your own aquarium, and so the fish pretty much just goes there. Let me put on the light. Yeah, so that's there. You can sleep, of course. It would be a simulation without sleeping. It just restores a little bit of your energy, I guess. So that's there. Yeah, enough of sleeping for now. And then there's, of course, very extensive build mode where you can, decorate and move stuff around your house and do pretty much the furniture thing, where we have again lots of combo sets, all these other things here. We have the dyeing of furniture, we have building materials, so we can like do stuff like windows and stuff like that. Actual furniture here, which again some of it is coming from gacha. So these menus are extremely robust because it's like decoration is like one of the main parts of the game. Let me just finish that and go to the other menu. So yeah, we can craft furniture, craft items, craft all of these things. As I said, we have these plots where we can like seed and plant stuff. We can harvest stuff directly from that house. Has grown pretty fast. That was not there before. For instance, if I go here and I equip an axe, I can just harvest some wood from here, and then even mandarins. That's nice. And then the tree needs to rest. That's like quite interesting because you never chop it down. It's just like infinite source of wood. Let me just look at this. I think this is someone else's house, if I understand, and just put a random player beside me. I'm guessing, yeah. Yeah. There should be like another player's house because after I like finished the tutorial, suddenly it kind of repopulated the server with other players' houses, which is like extremely interesting because again you can go there, talk with them, interact with them if you see them, or as I see here, like I'm just kind of strolling through their house. Because again, if we go on the map, yeah, you see these plots of land that are being pretty much, I guess, populated by players. The houses can get quite big in a way that, as you see there, the plots that you get. Maybe let me go to the actual house builder. This is my house here, and yeah, you see how it's kind of the segments are kind of visible. Like what more stuff I can buy. What was it? Not town guide. Somewhere here, there's the plot unlock. Yeah, I'll get to it as I go. Anyway, why is it making money? The big question. So there are gachas as usual. For instance, this is the main gacha. We can actually pull him, so we can like summon here. Let's do these exhibition souvenirs. Very nice presentation. If you're asking, like, okay, so you have cosmetics-based gachas, like in Love Nikki, very similar to Love Nikki. Yes, you have. We have stuff like Ice Diamond water bottle. Thank you. Frost Sweater mask. Another mask. And this, I'm guessing, is something very rare, which is Ice Glow Beret. Oh, we have a pet. That's nice. And some more stuff on top of it. And there we go. I guess the cap was the rare one. And we collect clothing. And so it, I guess, recycled items. So why do we collect this? I still haven't figured out really if there's like gameplay affecting mechanics for it, because the clothes collection is extremely big. So you have like furniture collection, you have other collections with stuff such as like recipes, instruments, all these items, literally cars. You can have cars in this game, or pictures. And the clothes collection is one of the main ones. You have all of these other kind of sets and stuff. But I haven't found like a functional usage for this. It seems like you're just collecting them and you're being, as you see, rewarded by the collection itself, which is quite interesting. And because for instance, the gacha seems like being taken literally from Love Nikki, because when we go here and maybe let's found the new cap hat or whatever we just summoned, yeah, should be somewhere here, hopefully. It has parameters. That's what I wanted to say, because stuff that's also, yeah, here it is. So Ice Glow Barret, if you go into details, it doesn't have parameters. So it's just like different skins for it. When I was in the last shop last time, it did have parameters. I guess not this one. But it has like, for instance, like a whatever, I'm having a mint currently jacket or whatever I'm having here. But again, as I said, I didn't saw anything as for the, yeah, here we are. So you see this kind of more in white, and usually in Love Nikki you would have the PvP battles or like dress up battles and stuff like that. So you would use these parameters because it would give you assignments based on these. You can do this and so on and so forth. Maybe it's there somewhere there, but I was literally scouring the internet looking like guides online, haven't found anything yet. I'm guessing maybe it will be there, but maybe not. Thing is that, yeah, it's making so much money because you can like collect more than 1,000 clothes, and like dressing up is like one like main part of the game and looking cool. And not only you yourself, but also the furniture itself. So if you look at it, we have the female character clothing gacha, we have the male character clothing gacha, and then we have the furniture gacha. So if we do this, yes, we get gacha-based furniture. We can put into in our house, it's in sets and all these other things, which is great. And hopefully we'll skip this because don't want to do another 10 pool. And we got Ice Palace gable roof, which is nice. I guess you put that on top of your house. Yeah. To see how I'd get like more points into this kind of special furniture sheet, which again just gives me rewards as I'm going there. And then I'm collecting the specific collections here as was sold there. Yeah, that's the recycle part. So again, if we go here back to the collections, now we're in furniture again. You see how it kind of gives me stuff like in a battle pass, like even a recipe for a new chair, collector's armchair. So here, for instance, we have the polar hymn ice building material palace. Then we have the ones you actually select the ones that you want to have in the gacha. So yeah, it's a very heavy collection item driven. But again, this is not driven by some gameplay mechanics, no fire, water, electric Pokemon and similar things like you would have in Genshin or whatever. Not even the one that you have in Nikki. So if this is just working based on cosmetics itself, like it's amazing. And yeah, I should definitely study it more how it works, because we're getting to these, let's say, non-gameplay driven gacha systems. Let's coin it right here, which means either waifus or these dress-up games, because you collect those things because you want them. They don't really have that much gameplay impact. Like the waifu games ones, if we take stuff like Goddess Nikkei or similar games, like they actually have gameplay impact there, but still you collect even the ones that have bad gameplay impact, it just looks good. Here it seems it's like put on another level where there's literally zero impact. It's just cosmetics. You just kind of get it and you have the cosmetics. But then we have the hobby catalogs where you have, again, like a gardening one, fish observation one, bird watching one, so on and so forth. The guys that are here waiting, this is, for instance, the gardener that gives you quest. And again, he has access to the gardening store where I can buy potato and tomato seeds now. Then there's I'm guessing this is some kind of pilot. I haven't seen it yet, or random person, don't know. Then there's this guy who is what? Yeah, just some kind of merchant that just helps you out. Lots of NPCs in this game. And as I said, you go into the city, there's lots of shops, you can buy stuff and do these other things. And yeah, the gachas that I'm just like, again, these ones, 21 days, so these are banner, like limited ones. So there's actually, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gachas running currently. Basically, they're a little bit different by their type, because something is furniture, something is clothing, something is, yeah, this is just kind of not the previous furniture. So that's there, time limited festival and daily rewards. So it's very heavy gacha based. It's I think it's following the Love Nikki setup, and Love Nikki has a very good LTV just because of that. But Love Nikki also has the dress up battles. I'm wondering if this still has some kind of functional mechanics, because I would expect that. But for now, and like I'm playing this for multiple days now, it just hasn't come yet. And yeah, what you do in the game, yeah, you literally live in it. There's like a lots of these quests, and feels like a chore, to be honest, a little bit, because you just like move here, like one of those quests in World of Warcraft where you go from A to B and just like collect stuff. Bring this here, bring this there, click on this, move the boxes, save the cat, and usually like, slow life, like nice things, not really some kind of a kill enemies, damage based something or whatever. It's just very easy and nice and cozy. And as I said, yep, that's kind of this genre that's I think been very, very like silent or quiet for now. So I was really surprised that this game just came out of nowhere and now is doing so much money immediately out of the bat, and it's still preserving the revenue. Yeah, I know it's heavily Asian. That's why I'm talking about it alone, because yeah, Matej and Felix wouldn't be here. But yeah, let's see how it goes. And I'm just kind of curious if this trend continues, because yeah, this makes so much money based on literally just you buying cosmetics, which by the way is like some of the ultimate solutions. But let's not kid ourselves. This is like extremely heavy female audience only. So you can do these with other systems like Fortnite or like similar ones. Yeah, one few last charts. Creative Gallery have 1,600 and 700 creatives on launch. That's great. Yeah, it's pretty much me trying to play Mate. I was looking into the concepts. They're very varied. There's lots of UGC, but there's, I think 90% is based on gameplay itself, because again, they literally have the world that they can simulate. So they do stuff like that. There's also these like decoration building creatives. Again, you can do this. There is like a world builder mode, so you can literally create like some of these amazing houses and creations that are kind of shown here. So yeah, surprisingly, they don't have fake ads and they still make a lot of money. So that's a nice, refreshing kind of a thing to see. Yeah. So we'll see if this hits based on the prediction here, around 7.5 million a month for like until 7th of February, and we'll keep it on the radar definitely, because yep, it's just like giant revenue. Doesn't matter if it's Asian or not, just the system seems quite interesting if it works like as it should. Anyway, this was it. A brief rundown of the game. If you want to play it and go check it out, it's quite easy and cozy, even though I was just like reviewing it. It's also, by the way, rewarding exploration to world, and there are these like items and power ups or like big hide jumps that you can get. As you see, for instance, here right there we have actually hard currency sitting there that we need to collect, and I don't know. Yeah, there we go. See, so it's quite nice, and as I said, cozy. The game feels amazing. Let's see how it fares further down the line, if they can keep up the player volume and especially the player revenue, and if it will be that typical spiky pattern with gacha, because for now it doesn't seem that it's doing that. But again, you've seen their cycle, so it seems they're running like a 30-day cycle on gacha. So let's see if like in 30 days it goes down, it spikes up, and then we can read the line much more further. Anyway, that was it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to write them under the video or join our Slack channel. Also, if you have any suggestions, especially for these like solo episodes that we're doing, and I will be doing some more of these like exotic games and Maple Story. I'm talking about you, which is completely crushing the idle RPG market now, doing 50 million amount. I still haven't been able to run it on the emulator, but I'll get to it. So yeah, I'm gonna do more of these ones sliced with some theory that we talk about from time to time. Anyway, that was it. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Ciao.